morning, students. This is the second video of the chapter Colonialism and the City. And today we are going to discuss the subtopic, the making of New Delhi. In the previous video, we discussed that how cities were affected when the Britishers came here and what was the impact of British policy on Indian cities. And we came to understand that different cities in India were treated in a different manner. Some cities were granted promotion and they were termed as provincial cities, presidency cities, and some cities were ignored. So discrimination started when the Britishers came here. Now, in this video, we are going to discuss the making of New Delhi, how New Delhi was made, how New Delhi was framed. In the previous video, we also discussed about the Shahjahanabad. We discussed how the old Delhi was framed, and after that, how the Britishers took this under their control, and they also framed it as their capital finally in 1912. Now you have to understand the little bit historical background of Delhi. So when the Britishers came, they found that Delhi was under the control of Marathas. So Anglo-Maratha war took place, and after that, finally, the Britishers became successful in getting Delhi from Marathas in 1803. After that, they allowed the successor of Marathas, Mughals, to occupy the throne and to remain inside the Delhi as the Mughal emperors. So from there, the Mughal emperors were residing in Delhi, particularly in Red Fort. Now after that, you'll have to understand how Delhi was different. How Delhi was different from other cities. In other cities, the Britishers made white portion and black portion, or the white area and black area. White area was mainly meant for Britishers and black area was meant for other Indians. So this was the categorization that was done by the Britishers in different cities. But so far as Delhi is concerned, in Delhi, the Britishers were living within the world area along with the rich merchants, along with the rich peasants. So that is how it was different from other cities. Now in 1792, one college was established, and after that many languages, many new culture flourished there in Delhi. And people got chance to get education in that particular college. Because of the introduction of this college, now knowledge were transferred from one person to other person, and most of the person from Delhi, they got intellect and knowledge because college was there. So the period of 1830 to 1857 was termed as the period of Delhi Renaissance. It was the period of reinvention. It was the period of enlightenment or intellect, because here knowledge was flowing from the college, from the institutions. Various institutions were also framed. Various colleges were also framed after that in order to create awareness among the masses regarding their rights and their education. Now in 1857, Sepoy mutiny took place, and the Sepoy, they assembled in Delhi, they occupied Delhi, and they asked Bahadur Shah Zafar to take control, to take leadership of the Sepoy mutiny. When he refused, initially they requested him, and finally he became ready. But Britishers came and they finally crushed that, and Bahadur Shah Zafar was exiled. So Britishers regained the city. After the revolution was over, after the first war of revolution was over, Britishers regained the city. And when they regained the city, they created much pandemic or problem there. Most of the people, either they fled away from the city or they migrated, they left their job, because now Britishers crushed the people who supported the rebellions. So this was the situation in 1857. Delhi witnessed a lot of problem in that particular year. Now after that, Britishers wanted to remove all the mark of the Mughal Empire from Delhi. Here it is written the Britishers wanted Delhi to forget its Mughal past. I mean to say, the Britishers wanted that as we are here as a remarkable person, so something should be done in order to remove the mark or identity of Mughal emperor from Delhi. So that is why they assembled various darbars in Delhi in order to recognize their domination in Delhi. They celebrated more festivals, they celebrated more ceremony there in order to send a signal to the people of Delhi that now they are the emperor. They are the actual decision maker. So this is how the Delhi was symbolized with the British power. Here I would like to add one thing, that in 1870, Western Wall was expanded, and after that railway lines were laid down. So this was the expansion of old Delhi, and now Delhi was expanded in terms of boundary, and various new things were also accommodated in old Delhi. Finally, we have to understand that in 1870, Lytton organized various darbar. Queen Elizabeth was there, and other important dignitaries were there. So in order to mark them respect, in order to give them respect, a grand darbar was organized. Similarly, in 1911 also, a great darbar was held, and it is known as Delhi Darbar. And in this particular darbar, in this particular ceremony, it was decided that from now on, Delhi will be transferred. Delhi will be transferred as the new capital of India. Initially, the capital was Calcutta, so from Calcutta, the capital was transferred to Delhi. So here it was decided from now on, 1911, that from 1912, Delhi will become the capital of India. But they told not about old Delhi. They told about the new Delhi. So how New Delhi came into existence? So question is that what was there that created a New Delhi, and how New Delhi was different from the old Delhi that was ruled over by different kings? So you have to understand that two architects were given responsibility. Two architects were given responsibility to create a structure for New Delhi, and their name was Edward Lutyens and Herbert Baker. Two persons were given the responsibility. Basically, they were the architect, and the task was given to them to form a new design for New Delhi and the new buildings. After the design was made, New Delhi was constructed on the Raisina Hills. You may have seen the President House, Rashtrapati Bhavan, Parliament. These all are structured on the Raisina Hills. That is why it is a little bit uplifted. Now, after that, the planning unrolled, and finally, the New Delhi was constructed after the effort of 20 years. So it took almost 20 years to complete the New Delhi. So when New Delhi was formed, it was formed with some objective. The objective was that in New Delhi, all the ambience will be given to the population. It was also decided that this city will be marked by broader roads. After that, there will be no chaos or overcrowded area or space. And for that purpose, wider roads were constructed. Now after that, better amenities were introduced there, like water supplies, better electricity, and finally, environment was also considered. Environment was also became part of the New Delhi. It was decided that new city will be marked with parks, open area, so that fresh air will come to the city. Apart from that, green belts were also developed, so that oxygenated air should reach the New Delhi. So with this purpose, with all the amenities, with all the basic facilities, with all the development, this city was created. And it was created with lot of enthusiasm at that time. And finally, the new city, that was New Delhi, was created. Thank you so much.